Delivery man charged for attempted murder and attempted rape of ex-girlfriend. St. Andrew delivery man 39-year-old Michael Bresford has been charged for allegedly stabbing his ex-girlfriend all over her body because she refused his demands for sex. Bresford is booked to appear before the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on Friday, April 26, on charges of attempted murder and attempted rape. Reports from the Halfway Tree Police are that about 12:40 a.m. on Friday, February 2nd, the woman was at home with Grant, with whom she previously had a relationship. He reported the grabber and demanded sexual favors. When his demands were not met, he pulled a knife and stabbed her multiple times all over her body, according to the police. She was assisted to hospital where she was admitted in serious condition. Bresford went to the Halfway Tree police station and confessed to the crime, stated the police. He was subsequently arrested and charged. Mason charged with aggravated robbery. A 25-year-old man has been charged with aggravated robbery after he allegedly robbed a woman outside a bank in Halfway Tree, St. Andrew on Tuesday. He is Shannon Duffus, a mason of Old Hope Road, Kingston 5. He was also charged with possession of a prohibited weapon, using a firearm to commit a felony, assault at common law, and robbery with aggravation. Reports from the Halfway Tree Police are that about 12:55 p.m., a woman was leaving a bank in the corporate area when Duffus and another man pounced upon her with a firearm, demanding her properties. He robbed her of her handbag before escaping in the area. An investigation commenced on Friday, February 2nd. Duffus was arrested during a vehicular checkpoint on Waterloo Road in Spanish Town. He was subsequently charged. A court date for him is being finalized. Mother and daughter killed in Brookfields, Westmoreland crash laid to rest. 3 months after their tragic deaths, family and friends gathered solemnly at the Church of God of Prophecy in White House, Westmoreland on Saturday to celebrate the lives of 15-year-old schoolgirl Lativa Forrester and her 39-year-old mother Patrina Wallace. The bereaved wept openly at the loss of sister, daughter, granddaughter, and schoolmate. Lavicia, who was a student of Petersfield High School, and her mother, Patrina of Gardens District in White House, along with Janet Thompson, 54, O'Neill Allen, and his mother, 65-year-old Angela Samuels, both of Mount Edgecombe in Westmoreland, died in the fatal collision in Brookfields. It is reported that about 3:30 p.m. on November 13, 2023, the 5 people and another passenger were aboard a Great Toyota Noah being driven by 47-year-old Delroy Rodney of Belmont District when the minivan collided with a truck which was traveling in the opposite direction on the Brookfields Main Road. Thompson was laid to rest on December 30 last year. Michael Jocks, a senior justice of peace and a member of the White House community, in his tribute to the bereaved family, who were largely attired in pink and white, assured the community will continue to rally around them. On behalf of the community of White House, let me extend sincere condolences to your family, Jackson said. However, somber this day is, as I am assuring you, that we will continue to pray for you. We'll be there for you and we will never leave you out, he stated. Teachers and students of the Petersfield High School also gave a tribute in song. EOJ noted that just over 15,000 special services electors voted, despite over 40,000 registers. Those who encountered issues will vote tomorrow. A little over 15,000 persons voted in the special voting exercise. That's according to Director of Elections Gaspol Brown. Election workers, police officers, and soldiers were allowed to cast their votes ahead of Monday's local government polls. This is to ensure that they are available for duty on Election Day. Speaking to reporters, Mr. Brown noted that voters turned out represented 38% of over 40,000 electors who were expected to cast their ballots. He said he hopes the turnout will be high for Monday's polls. Mr. Brown also confirmed that there were voting issues at one polling station. He noted, however, that the 33 people who were impacted will be allowed to cast their ballots on Monday.
The voter turnout yesterday was 38%, approximately 15,000 persons, a little bit over 15,000 persons cast their ballot yesterday. It's low relatively, given the percentage, yes, it was low, but we are hopeful that on Monday we'll see a greater percentage turnout relative to 2016. 2016, the turnout was 30.06%. Well, our report is not in some areas. Our report was in one particular polling station. But it occurred at the police academic compound. There was a non-delivery of a sequence of ballots which impacted about 33 persons. 33 persons. What we have sought to do, and we'll be doing based on a meeting that the commission had last night, is that we're going to allow the persons who were impacted in that situation to vote on Monday. That's
so
correct.
what if that issue persists? And I know you're putting systems in place, but what if that issue persists election day?
Well, we don't anticipate that it will have a repeat of itself come Monday. We're doing some checks and balances I know on Monday, so we don't expect the problem to repeat on Monday.
Barber slapped with assault charges following altercation in Westmoreland. A 44-year-old barber has been slapped with unlawful wounding and assault occasioning actual bodily harm following a physical altercation with another man in Darlington, Westmoreland on Wednesday, February 21. Charges Paul Dixon of Preferred District, Darlington. Reports that Dixon saw a man with whom he allegedly has an ongoing dispute and attacked him. The alleged victim was reportedly punched in the face, causing him to fall. It is further reported that while the injured man was on the ground, Dixon kicked him repeatedly in the face, resulting in a wound to the forehead as well as swelling. The incident was reported to the police and Dixon was later arrested and charged. His court date is being finalized. Negril hoteliers sound warning over old age Moras fire problem. The resort town of Negril has been blanketed by a cloud of smoke for the past several days as it breathes yet under the Moras fire by hoteliers and other stakeholders say they are at their wits' end as it impacts in affecting tourists and residents alike. Their cries are getting louder as they try to mitigate the impacts of climate change on the tourism hotspot and hope the relevant authorities will act quickly. You're driving through a tunnel of smoke. It is right there by the biggest hotels. It is affecting everybody. People are paying big bucks to go and stay at these hotels. They can't use the beach, they can't walk, and they can't swim as the sea is still overroughed. Now they can't walk the road. They have to lock up in their rooms. They can't even open their window, President of the Negril Chamber of Commerce, Elaine Allen Bradley stated. Allen Bradley pointed a grim picture of the situation in Negril. The smoke is terrible, the smell is horrendous, there is a soot blowing everywhere, so they don't have any time to spend, they can't spend their money as tourists to stay in their rooms. It is going to get worse if we don't do something, and do it now, Bradley Allen pleaded. The town is no stranger to fires of this kind, and funds have been allocated in the past to wet the Negril green morass. It's not a strange event. The morass has been catching fire ever since I have lived here 23 years now in Negril. We have all always tried to mitigate this, and we asked our environmental team from the chambers to ask for something to be done in resetting the morass. We have talk, and all we hear is talk and no action. Now we're getting damage to people's property. This can be mitigated, and it is not going to get less, it is going to get worse, because climate change is here, Allen Bradley added. Also reading from the impact of a fire is hotelier Richard Wallace, who told reporters he had the issue masked to his staff on Thursday. What this tells us is that climate change is real, and there are effects of climate change that we are feeling, Wallace, managing director of Broadwalk Village in Negril, theorized. Wallace said Thursday's fire is the worst he has seen in a while. This was what appears to be the worse than usual, but it's something that we're going to have to plan for and take seriously going forward, Wallace said in reference to climate change. Meanwhile, Sophia Grizzle-Rommel, an environmentalist who sits on the NCC, said the government has received funding to wet the morass. The government of Jamaica got funding from UNEP to re-wet the morass through a project called IWICO. This project was supposed to be done by NEPA, and after many extensions were informed that it was going to an end in December last year. We have written to NEPA 3 times requesting that the sum of this be closure. Absolutely nothing on the ground has been done. We would like to know where we go from here. This issue has been going on for over 40 years. It is not yesterday. We have a lot of fancy reports, but what we really need to do is to find out how the work is done on the ground, and that is not happening, she said. Grizzle said guests at the resort she works have been complaining of ash falling on them coupled with breathing issue. A multi-million US dollar project was started in December 2016 with funding from the Global Environment Facility and is managed by the National Environment and Planning Agency. However, this project is yet to be completed. The Integrating Water, Land and Ecosystem Management in Caribbean Small Island Development States aims at restoring the historical, hydraulical and physical processes in the Negril Green Morass. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.